everybody and welcome back to Football Manager 2023, the beta save with Newcastle, and we're picking up some results. We're just starting on this nice page, which has always been in Football Manager for quite a while. We're going to be taking on Liverpool soon. We're up to 9th, so results have sort of improved. As you can see in the table, we sit above Wolves, Everton, Bournemouth, Chelsea down in 13th, Southampton even, get my words out, Leicester, Fulham, Crystal Palace, Tottenham down in 18th, Forest and Leeds are at the bottom of the table. Man City, Man United, Liverpool, Aston Villa make up the top 4, Arsenal, Brentford, West Ham and Brighton sit above us above 9th. So looking into the player stats, Alan St-Maximin has figured out how to score goals, which is wonderful. 3 goals for him as our top goal scorer this year. New signing on the wing that we brought in last episode, Nicolas Gonzalez, is having a wonderful time to his Newcastle career. 2 assists and a 7.42 average rating. Sven Botman at centre-back has the best pass completion, something that I'm very keen to work on. And player of the matches is shared between Callum Wilson, St-Maximin and Alexander Isak. Bruno Guimaraes, Matthew Targett, Fabian Schär, Elliot Anderson and Yuri Tielemans have all been booked once, and we haven't had a man sent off yet, and I'm hoping that the fact that I've just drawn that to the attention of FM means that we don't get someone sent off in the game against Liverpool. So I said results have improved. So after the last episode where we played Bournemouth in the season opener, we actually went and beat Southampton 2-0 with goals from Nicolas Gonzalez and Alan St-Maximin. 3-1 we beat Leeds, who do sit bottom of the table. They got a man sent off very early on. We went 1-0 up. Alexander Isak put us 1-0 up after 6 minutes. And then on the 10-minute mark, Struich got sent off for Leeds and we sort of dominated. Isak got a second. St-Maximin scored on the 45th minute. Bamford got a consolation back for them. We played in the Carabao Cup second round. We played Everton, we got a good win, 4-1, very happy with that. Tielemans, Callum Wilson getting 2 and Gonzalez getting another. And we've just come off the back of an absolute hiding by Arsenal, 3-1. They absolutely battered us. We took an early lead through St-Maximin on 12 goals. Gabriel Jesus scored a penalty on the 30th minute. Thomas Partey scored an absolute belter in the 62nd minute, and Gabriel Jesus wrapped it up with a 70th minute second goal for him. Now, one goal we do need to go and look at is Yuri Tielemans' first goal for the club. So hopefully this is going to work and we can see this absolute bullet from Yuri Tielemans. Okay, so we won a corner against Everton in the Carabao Cup and St-Maximin takes it, swings it into the box, it's cleared away and Yuri Tielemans headed down from Burns, one touch, absolute rocket into the bottom corner, an absolutely lovely goal from Yuri Tielemans. And this is the shape that we're now using. We'll get onto that in more detail in just a sec. Because before we get into that, let me introduce you to our new signings. Nikola Zalewski has joined from Roma for £17 million. I'm very excited by him. He's played 3 games for us so far in the league, a 6.8, 1 assist. But he gives us an option at left back, left wing back, left mid and left attacking mid if we need to. Can use both feet, which is something I'm very excited for in my clubs. I like the players not having one favoured foot, being able to use both feet. Crosses, shots, passes with both feet, I think is a big thing you can have. He is a wonder kid, so we have poached him off Roma as a wonder kid. I'm very excited to see how he grows, what he can do in this time we're at Newcastle. At the moment, he's going to be sort of playing wing back, sort of mixing it up in that wing back position because obviously on the left hand side as the inverted winger we do have Alan St-Maximin, but he has got an option up there. Or do we, is what I should say. Are we? We're not. Spoilers, we're not using Alan St-Maximin as a winger anymore, but we'll get onto that in a minute. So he has joined for £17 million, and he wasn't the only deal we've bought in from Roma. Now, a number of you are expecting this blurred player behind me to probably be Paulo Dybala, but I can reveal it's not Paulo Dybala. It is Marash Kumbula, a new centre-back joining the team. I was getting a little bit annoyed with Dan Burn and his inadequacies, let's say. So we've brought in 22-year-old Albanian Marasha Kumbula from Roma, who I think is awesome. He's tall at 6'3", but he can also head the ball with 17, which is awesome. Jumping reach 16, pretty decent pace, although acceleration isn't the best. Much younger than what we've sort of got at the moment in options. Much better than Jamal Lascelles. Much better than sort of Dan Burn in terms of his all-round game. So I'm very happy to bring in Marash Kumbula. Now, it cost us £22 million, so Roma have actually made a loss on him. But 2 appearances so far, a 6.8 for him. He is only in as a regular starter, not indispensable, not a star player or anything like that. But yeah, I'm very excited that Marash Kumbula is in. And now we'll go to the formation. So as alluded to after that game against Everton, we're sort of lining up in a 5-2-2-1 asymmetric system. What this allows us to do is actually use Tielemans as an advanced playmaker without him getting too overloaded in the midfield. It gets St. Maximin's sort of pace and flair really in the game as a shadow striker, and we'll get onto player instructions in a minute because they do have an impact here. It gives support to Isak up front, who holds the ball up, tries to win headers and gets his own attempts on goal as well. Zalewski bombs up and down this left wing. Defensively, we've made a few tweaks as well. Trippier bombs up and down here, overlapping Gonzalez, who him and Isak are playing really well together. We seem to be getting the ball into Isak's feet, and then he lays it off for one of these runners to come in, and it's just working really well. Okay, Arsenal just overpowered us. They were just stronger than us, and I think Liverpool might be the same. So there might be some tweaks to the system for the Liverpool game. But yeah, I'm very happy with how it's working. So we play on a positive mentality at the moment. We're still not doing a lot different to what we did before. It's just the shape seems to be working much better with a shadow striker playing off Isak rather than an out-and-out winger. But what we do with St. Maximin is we get him to roam from his position, so he gets a lot of freedom to sort of go into the channels and do what he wants to do. We do ask him to stay wider when we don't have the ball. So that when he's, well, if we go into edit here, so we've got stay wider, so it's encouraging those players that play in the spaces between the middle of the pitch and the wide areas to stretch the game over. So he's still sort of playing as a winger as he gets the ball, which is good. So roaming from position, we're allowing him to have freedom to pick up little pockets where he thinks he'll be available to pick it up. And we're asking him to shoot less because he can't really shoot. And that's allowing him to actually dribble the ball more and get into more positions which he has a much higher chance of scoring, which seems to be working. So that's what Alan St. Maximin is doing. Gonzalez on this side, we ask him again to stay wider and then cut inside rather than just straight away playing in the field. We don't want him to get in the way of Youri Tielemans, who is dribbling less and roaming from position. Now this is one against the bigger teams I'll take off so that we have a bit more of a shape, a bit more of a defensive shape. What I don't want is Tielemans running off up here somewhere and leaving Bruno Guimaraes all on his own against teams that we're not expected to beat. But Youri Tielemans in there, dribble less because he's not the best dribbler, and we want him to actually we want him to pass the ball. That's what we brought him in to do, which is good. Bruno Guimaraes, more direct passes and take more risks. He's the guy, get him on the ball. He's going to be trying pinging these long ball passes into St. Maximin, Isak and Gonzalez as they make their runs, and he's got the ability to do it, and it seems to be working pretty well. Trippier at the moment, so this is the interesting one. What we do here, defensively, we're getting them to sit narrower, so it encourages players to use the central areas of the pitch more often to retain a solid defensive shape, being close at hand to be more involved in possession and attacking play. So what we want them to do, because you'll also see I've got run wide with ball on here, so it encourages the player to move into the wide area of the pitches when in possession. We're going to sit narrow and try and keep it solid, and then as soon as we get the ball and we break, that's when our wing-backs, and it's the same for Zalewski on the other side, our wing-backs just go. They really, really push the width and go wide. So we're going to sit narrow and then push wide, make that happen. We've got him on more direct passing and cross more often as well as not shooting because Trippier and Zalewski aren't there to shoot. It's both the same on those sides. Sven Botman, Kumbula and Shah don't have anything on them, and then Nick Pope doesn't have anything either. So that is what our current shape is. But I do think we're going to be mixing this up a little bit for Liverpool. We need to be defensively solid. We might go to a 4 at the back and have 2 holding midfielders against Liverpool. I just feel like you need that compact shape and then basically launch counter-attacks from that position and see how it works. But we'll get to that point, and then we've got the January transfer window. So it could be a long episode. We don't have really any money left, 786k at the moment. We are also basically bang on for our wage budget, so we haven't got too much money to play with. However, Alan St. Maximin has got some interest from Italy. AC and Inter Milan both fancy him. Javi Manquillo, Nottingham Forest might be making a bid on him. Sean Longstaff is wanted by Brighton and Everton on loan. Jacob Murphy is wanted by Middlesbrough on loan. And Matt Ritchie we're trying to sell as well. And Chris Wood, because he's just not getting a look in at all. So I feel like where I said before we're doing it sensibly, I do feel like it's sort of realistic, where we haven't gone in to go and buy absolute wonder kids and all of the best players in the world. We haven't gone for anything like that. I feel like Zalewski and Kumbula are actually players that Newcastle could go and get in real life. They could go and get that as that step up to get them into Europe, and then you upgrade those players to get into the Champions League, and then you upgrade those players to eventually challenge for the title and challenge for the Champions League in its entirety. But yeah, let me know what you think. I know a lot of you did recommend Alexis. Is it Alexis Sailormakers? Yeah, Alexis Sailormakers there at AC Milan. And I was very tempted to do it. But I sort of felt, now I'm looking at him again, and let's see, let's get a full scout report on him. We did scout him, as you see, it's an A, so sign up whatever the price. But I feel like if we get a bit more info, definitely someone else we could bring in to then work with Trippier. So a very good recommendation. It's a weird one that I looked at him before, and now I've come back to him. I sort of feel like that could be a very good deal to bring in. So maybe on deadline day, who knows? But let's go and play Liverpool and hopefully not get smashed. So here we are then, and we have stuck with the 5 at the back, but we are playing very, very defensively. I don't think Newcastle would be in a position to go and actually attack Liverpool as the game stands. In real life, with how Liverpool are playing at the moment, potentially they could, but you'll see it's a pretty standard there. Dan Burns in for a bit of height in case there's going to be balls whipped into the box, which you'd imagine Liverpool will do with Alexander-Arnold and, although they're starting James Milner because Robertson is injured, but you'd imagine they are still going to try and get those balls into the box. So that's the lineup, which doesn't have too many changes in it, but when we get to the shape, you'll see what we mean. So the teams are lining up and ready to go then. It's going to be a very interesting game. We'll go and quickly, so Liverpool lining up in a 4-1-2-2-1 formation. We are lining up, starting on a defensive mentality. We are lining up like this. It's a 3-4-3 basically, and we're just trying to kill the game. We're trying to just nullify the game. Part of this is a sort of experiment, right? Because FM have said that you can play this low block, really defensive system, and it's not it's not vulnerable like it was last time. In FM22, you went from, if you went anything below balanced as a mentality, you were automatically screwed. So we're going defensive. Basically, we're trying to slow the game down, and then when we do win it, get the ball forward to the front 3. Gonzalez has gone to the left, so Maximum on the right, so we have actual out-and-out wingers. Tielemans is playing as the rolling playmaker. Bruno Guimaraes in there, a bit more holding in front of the back 4. Trippier and Zalewski. We can always mix it. The thing with picking this team like that, and why I wanted to go to a back 3, because if it all goes tits up and not have a back 4, if it all goes tits up, we can just switch to our normal sort of formation where we've been getting results. So there is that element to it as well. But let's see how this more defensive shape gets on against Liverpool and see if it can make a difference. So 4 minutes in, and Liverpool have had, well, a couple of shots, so we get to 10 minutes. But we are sort of just basically trying to kill this game off as James Milner has a dangerous free kick for Liverpool. Swings it past, goalkeeper. Nick Pope looked like he was going to get there, and he's just let that go. I swear Nick Pope could have saved that. James Milner gets it round. Oh, Nick. Yeah, I think that's an animation problem, right? It hasn't. That, I assume, was actually his dive to try and get that ball. But, right, well, we're 1-0 down. So maybe we abandon the defensiveness of our shape so far. It's gone all the way over to Salah. Headed back across. Kumbula heads it. Tielemans is there. Guimaraes. It's a lot of head tennis going on. Henderson. What a ball that is. Wow, Jordan Henderson has just put through a ball of his life. I don't think Jordan Henderson could really do that right now with how he's been playing. Okay, we're going to go back to our normal shape and see if this improves our capabilities in this game against Liverpool, because we are 2-0 down early on, and that is not what we wanted. I mean, we might open ourselves up a bit too much now. Trippier swings it in towards the back post. Isaac challenges. It's cleared away. Tielemans will keep this one alive. Bruno Guimaraes. Shah. Fabian Shah is just keeping it there. Kumbula. Bruno Guimaraes. Dan Burn. This is good passing, although Alexander-Arnold is doing some good defensive work, again, which is not his forte. Henderson comes forward with the ball, and yes, I might be biased because I'm a Man United fan, but I don't know. Liverpool are struggling in real life, but it is hard to transmit what's... Oh, my word. Oh, 3-0. I don't know how Thiago's made that run, to be honest. I don't know how that ball has got through there. But we're 3-0 down after 20 minutes. Jordan Henderson has 2 assists, which, again, I'm surprised by. But no one tracks the run of Thiago. I mean, we've got 3 centre-backs, and no one tracks that run of Thiago. This is embarrassing, isn't it? This is embarrassing. So, well, I don't really want to change anything right now. I more want to say let's just ask the assistant what to do with their midfielders, to be honest, because we are struggling. Now, I don't want to impress Roberto. Why would I want to go impress Roberto Firmino? He's going to drop out, isn't he, into the false 9. James Milner playing left-back today with a throw-in. Trippier tackles Luis Diaz well. Tielemans out into Fabian Schär. Kumbula out to Dan Burn. Now, I did say I was going to drop down. Oh, Dan Burn. I was literally just talking about why I said I was going to drop you, and then you passed it straight to Bobby Firmino. Alexander-Arnold going down the right-hand side, cuts it back to Salah. Salah to the edge of the box. Fabinho shoots. It's going to fall for Firmino, and Bruno Guimaraes can just absolutely hoof it away. Fabian Schär's on a 6.1, which means I'm probably going to suggest they're blaming him for the Thiago goal. Luis Diaz turns and runs it dense. Ball through to Mo Salah, and Mo Salah makes it 4. Oh, my word. I mean, I'm not looking forward to when we play Man City. That's all I can say right now. We are getting torn to shreds here. There are rumours, by the way, that this FM still hasn't fixed the old you can just play 4-2-3-1 gegenpress, or whatever it is, 4-3-3 gegenpress, and you absolutely dominate, which is what Liverpool are playing and doing. So, yeah, there is that element to it. Right, we need to make some changes here. I mean, we could go for a 4-2-3-1 and just see if it is overkill. See if it is just that overpowered again. Do you know what? We're going to do it as this is just an experimental episode now. This is what this has turned into until we get to deadline day. So we're going to load up here, create a new tactic. We're going to go gegenpress. We're going to go, yeah. We're going to go 4-2-3-1, DM, AM, wide. No, we want 4-3-3, like that. We've got the players to do it. So Kumbula can come back here for Burn. Zaleski, Trippier, Bruno Guimaraes. Tielemans can go there. St. Maximin out there. Isaac as a pressing forward. Why not? We're just going to see if it's overpowered. We're just going to see if it makes a big difference. So Dan Burn actually was playing better than Fabian Schär. So Fabian Schär is going to come off. And in the middle there, we're going to go with Joe Willock. Joe Willock can become a Mazzala. Tielemans become an advanced playmaker. And let's just see. Let's just see if that makes a massive difference. I am going to thrash my arms and say that was a pathetic first half. Absolutely pathetic. Joe Willock on to replace Fabian Schär. Let's see how... Yeah, straight away, look at this. 6 shots and 4. It does seem as though gegenpress is... Oh, that's so irritating. The fact that they've come out and said this match engine can do this and do that, and you can just still play gegenpress and be better than you were in a system that you've tried to create for the players you actually have. As I said, it is now an experimental game against Liverpool, so... it's headed away. Burn is there. Tielemans brings it down, but Henderson robs him. Alexander-Arnold over the top. Trippier with a good header away. Willock flicks it on. There we go. Into Isaac. St. Maximin. That is... What was that, Alan St. Maximin? Luis Diaz. Down to the left-hand side. Cuts it back. Thiago all the way across goal. Salah's there. Burn volleys away. And what can we do here? It's going to be St. Maximin who's going to pick this one up. And the highlight ends there. St. Maximin not having a great game. I don't think anyone will have a great game. You're 4-0 down, to be honest. Nick Pope's on a 6. That isn't very good. That is really not very good at all. Right. Bruno Guimaraes is going to come off and be replaced by Joe Linton. Joe Linton will go into here as a box-to-box. And we're going to ask Tielemans to sit at the base of the midfield. We'll do St. Maximin for the youngster Elliot Anderson to give him a run out. And let's get Callum Wilson on for Alexander Isak just to see if he's got a goal in him. Because, I mean, it sort of does show me that if you do just the bog standard gegenpress and 4-1-2-2-1, then look how much we've had more of the ball in the second half. That has really irritated me. That is how easy Football Manager can potentially be. So we're not going to do that though. I'm not going to. Well, no, hang on. I'm going to see you all in training because that was fucking terrible. Oh, language. Sorry. Hopefully I'll bleep that out. The defeat today was out there. Yeah. 4-0 loss at home to Liverpool is not good. Not happy with that. Not at all, says Mackenzie Bowyer. Well, that was grim, says Emmanuel Langton. So, excellent. We dropped down to 12th. There you go, people. If you want... oh, yes, we've made a loan offer for Adrian from Liverpool because I don't want Carl Darlow to be my backup goalkeeper. So, let's have a look and see if Adrian comes in. But we are going to be heading into deadline day. We'll catch up with you then. Here we go then, into what is expected to be a busy transfer deadline day. Memphis to buy £101 million from Barca to Tottenham. Leroy Sané from Bayern to Chelsea is an interesting one. And James Maddison potentially from Leicester to Tottenham. Newcastle are linked with Ruben Neves and Dominik Livakovic, which is two signings I'd love to pick up, but we don't have any money. But we will take part in deadline day. Okay, so we've got a couple of offers here for Sean Longstaff. Crystal Palace and Bournemouth both coming in with a loan fee. Or a loan deal. 3.2 million after he plays 20 matches, 2.3 million after 20 matches, and then 1.3. So that would be in total. Can we have a look at that in a bit more detail? Yes, we can. Let's get rid of that. Go away. So they're going to play basically 50 grand for the loan, 70% of his wages. They're going to give us 1.3 million. Okay, so overall price, if the deal becomes permanent, 4.1 million. So if he plays 20 games, they're going to buy him for 2.3, but he's worth like 6.5. So give us 5 million if he plays 20 games, and then give us 1 million in instalments, and you got yourself a deal. Bonus upon winning the FA Cup bonus. So they want to give us 2 bonuses upon winning. You're not going to win the FA Cup, Bournemouth. You're just not going to win the FA Cup, are you? So no. After 20 games, give us 4 million and then 1.5. 5.5 million. I'll take that. Oh, look. Why are you lowballing me so much? You absolute numpties. 3 and 2.5. No, they're not having that. Well, I'm happy to keep Sean Longstaff here if that's the case. I'm not playing lowball in here. I'm being serious about trying to get good money for our players. So let's go again. Let's go with that's sort of what we started the other one with. So 3.4, 1.4. We've unlocked Wheeler and Dealer achievement, whatever that is. So that's up to 4.7. So we're getting closer to the sort of price we want. That'll be 6 million. I want a minimum of 6 million, I think, off this as part of this deal. So let's go 3.5, 1.5. No, let's go, 4 and 2. 4 and 2. And we're going to be paying most of his wages. No, they're not having it either, so I don't mind about that. Hull are in offer for Joe White. Who is Joe White? He's someone that isn't going to be very good. So, he can go. We'll just get a bit of cash in for that. Jacob Murphy has rejected a move to Middlesbrough, which is really irritating because they're going to pay us 2.5 million for him. So, that's a pain in the arse, isn't it? Oh, that is a big pain in the arse. 2.5 million. Just go. Just go, Murphy. You're not going to play for us. We've just brought in our new left back. Unbelievable. Joe White has moved to Hull, a youngster that we didn't care too much about, so he's gone. So a bit of news then. Adrian, I think we're going to bring in on loan just so that we don't have to have Kyle Darlow as our backup goalkeeper. So he's going to come in with no fee, just paying his wages. And Sailor Makers, we've made a loan bid for him, which has been accepted. I'm not too sure if we're going to have the money to do it. We also have in the offing an offer for, if I go into here and go to in, we've got an agreement with Donny Marlon, but we just don't have the cash to make it happen. Which is a little bit irritating because I feel like he could be such a good option for us, which is one of the reasons we want to sort of move on Chris Wood as well. But there's no takers for Chris Wood at the moment, even for 13 million. Let's try and lower it down to 10, see if anyone fancies him for that. Javi Manquillo, I'm quite tempted to get rid of Javi Manquillo for a bit of cash. Let's go 5 million, see if anyone bites at 5 million. There's a bit of Deadwood we'd sort of need to move on. I mean, Fabian Schär. He had a stinker in the last game. He's 30. He's not going to get any better. That could definitely raise some cash, couldn't it? Let's go 25 million and see if FC Porto bite at 25 million, because that would definitely generate some funds for us. In terms of centre-backs, we've got Sven Botman, who we dropped for the last game, and then Jamal Lascelles would be our backup, which I don't mind at all. And maybe we go and get another one in. So it could be busy. There could be action happening on deadline day. There's 11 hours to go. Let's stick with it. Okay, so we've got offers for Javi Manquillo. 2.2 million is sort of what, again, Football Manager's doing this thing where everyone just comes in with the same bid, which is very irritating. At the moment, we're going to reject all of them, but then we are going to offer him out again And we're just going to offer him out a little bit less and see what people come back with. And if no one comes in with that sort of value, then we'll offer him out with nothing, like not nothing, undisclosed or whatever it is, and then try and get a bidding war for him. As Ajax come in for Shah, 5 million. That's not 25 million, is it? No, reject. But hopefully that's put a bit of interest in Fabian Schär from other people. So let's go down to like 22, see if someone wants to bite at that. Okay, so we've got an agent come to us here. I had a chat with Javi Manquillo earlier today, and the player is frustrated at not being able to pursue a move to Eintracht Frankfurt. Manquillo's an influential player of the squad. Look, discuss it with Manquillo, and we're going to say they weren't offering enough money. I'm happy to agree to that once we decide how big a bid it will take. 7.25 million. You think you're worth 7.25 million? I'm going to say 5, and you'll be happy with that. So there we go. Fabian Schär is keen because he wanted to move to Ajax. Again, they didn't offer enough money. So what's a reasonable bid? You say 25 million. I'll say we'll take 22 for sure. So we'll confirm that and go from there. So that's going to keep those happy. I'm not going to loan Anderson out. Michael Cooper's coming in as a performance analyst. Offers made for Manquillo. So 2.8. Now I'll say we're getting there. We're really not getting there, are we? So we'll reject all of those and we'll go Javi Manquillo, offer to clubs, and then unspecified. That's the word I was looking for, unspecified. Fabian Schär, Club Bruges, have offered a terrible deal as well. So good to see that the AI really tries to lowball you with everything. So we'll go unspecified with him and see if we can at least get some that we can negotiate. Matt Ritchie's rejected a move to West Brom. Why don't any of this Deadwood want to just leave the club? It's very irritating. Someone take him on a free. Let's go unspecified for him as well. See what comes in. Bloody hell. Just leave the club. Right, 3 million. We're going up a little bit, but everyone's putting in non-negotiable offers, which is just so stupid, isn't it? Right, we're going to accept that one. We're going to just accept that, and then we're going to reject all responded offers. Yes. Right, we have a £3 million bid for Javi Manquillo. So now let's try and start our own little bidding war. Okay, so 3.5 offer to clubs. Yes. Schär, 13 million. Okay, 12 million from Porto. We're going to accept the highest one, obviously. And we're going to just say that. I don't want to give them an ultimatum. I want to just reject these out of hand. Reject, and then we're going to go Fabian Schär, transfer, offer to clubs. Right, let's see if anyone bites at 15 million, and we're going to have this sort of bidding war now, hopefully. Okay, Schär are in 12 million. No, 12 million's not good enough. 12 million is not good enough, Porto. Have you got anyone that I can take off you? Marco Grujic, get him back to the... Wanted by Man United? Unbelievable. Otavio is wanted by Chelsea, Man City and Real Madrid. We could bring him in, but we haven't got the money for him. Irby's not too bad, if I remember rightly, although he's 31 now. It's getting on a bit. Taremi is wanted by Barcelona. Okay, they want to sign a 30-year-old striker. Fair enough. I mean, it does sort of follow what they've been doing recently. Fabian Schär, offered to clubs, 15 million. Do you know what? I'd even take 10 million there, and then installments after 6 months, give us another 5. I'll even take that. Fabian Schär in, £12 million. That's do I just sell him? Do I just sell him? The AI is playing such hardball here. I'm gonna reject it. Right, Fabian Schär, offer to clubs, 14.25. I'm lowering it. Sailormakers gets a work permit, but it's delayed. We could adjust the budgets to bring him in. We're going to adjust the budgets. We're bringing in Alexis Sailormakers. Loads of you guys recommended him, so he is coming in on loan. We secure Sailormakers on loan, which is good. So squad registration. We need to register Adrian in there. Oh, yeah. So you're not in. I mean, I could just unregister Card. Have we got anyone? Matt Ritchie, you can sod off. I'm thinking Jacob Murphy can sod off as well. Still nobody wants Chris Wood, which is irritating. So Adrian's got to come in. We need to get Sailormakers in there. Javi Manquillo is more than likely... Oh, yeah, no one else bid for him. I'm not selling Javi Manquillo, although I might as well sell him now. Yeah, Javi Manquillo can go because we just bought in Alexis Sailormakers. So we're just going to get a minimal fee of 3 million for what's his face? It's 12 million is their limit. He's 30 years old. Jamal Lascelles has just got injured for 3 to 5 weeks, so no, we're not selling. Oh, but we need money. We need money. We need money. We need some more money to come in the door. 3.2. Come on, someone take him for 3.2. Fabian, maybe we drum up interest in Shah by transfer listing him for 15 million. See if that gets a few more interested parties in. I'm going to reject that bid from Porto again. I feel like we can get more, and I feel like that is a killer. That is a killer that Jamal Lascelles. What have we got in the youth team in terms of our there it is, development centre. In terms of our under-21s, we have, I mean, they're playing a striker at centre-back, which is never ideal. You are awful. You are not a centre-back, and you're also awful. Charlie Wiggett. No. No, I called up. Who the hell did I call up to the first team? Was he in the under-21s? Or was he in the under-18s, the guy I called up? In pre-season, I called someone up who could play, like, across the back. Oh, maybe I've loaned him out. Bondswell. Matthew Bondswell I called up. Yeah, okay, so Matthew Bondswell potentially could play. He's not the best. Yeah, and Remy Savage is there who can play centre-back as well. I mean, it's not ideal, is it? It's not ideal with selling Fabian Schär. We've got 9 hours. We've got 9 hours left to go. Fabian Schär has agreed terms with Lille. They'll give us 9 million, which is enough, I think, to pay for... Fabian Schär have made a bid of £12 million. Oh... Do we sell Fabian Schär for 13.25 and just take the money? It is a risk when we're playing 3 at the back and we'd only have 1 backup centre-back in Lascelles, who is now injured. Oh. Oh. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, if some of this other deadwood would leave, it would make life so much easier. Oh, Sean Longstaff. Wolves are interested in Sean Longstaff. So, let's see if someone bites for 7 million for Sean Longstaff, because that would be quite useful. Do you know what? It's a beta save. I'm doing it. Fabian Schär's going. We're going to reject that bid. We're going to say you're not moving to Porto, mate. I think it's contract rejected. Yeah, so he's going to be going 13.25 million. We're going to get 9 million in the bank, and really now I should go out and sign a centre-back, and I know I should go and sign a centre-back, but I'm sort of thinking let's use that money to go and confirm the transfer from Marlon. Yes, I know the transfers. I want to confirm it. No, I want to confirm my transfer. I want to confirm my transfer. That's my transfer for £9 million up front. Is it still not expecting me because I don't have the budget? Oh, well. Right. Well, okay. So, bit of a reassessment time. Let's go back to our normal system that we're going to be playing. Kambula, now, well done, Dan Byrne. You'll be stepping up to be a first-team player after I was just slagging you off. But don't worry about that. Let's pretend that didn't happen. Let's pretend I wasn't. We really need to go and find a centre-back. Okay, I don't want to say we've got desperate, but with 7 hours to go, I've made a loan bid for Mason Holgate. Now, he's not actually terrible. And he would come in as a squad player. And he's English, which I quite like the idea of. And he's quick. And he can play right back. So it's not all dreadful. But in case that isn't the right idea, we've also made a loan bid for Alvarez, which I'm pretty sure is going to get rejected by Ajax. We can't actually afford to bring him in, but he would be amazing to bring in for his versatility. And we've made a bid for Zabrani of £11.5 million, which we can't afford, but I'd rather get him than Donny Marlon. A young centre-back again. We'll be bringing in a player that I think is realistic for Newcastle to sign. And I feel like we're going to go into this one and see how we get. So, regular. He probably would be a regular starter, which is maybe a concern. He doesn't want to be a squad player. If we said squad player and then regular starter... He's happy with that. Okay, so the first year as a squad player. 38 grand, fine. I'll lower that a little bit to 35. I don't give yearly wage rises, mate. Don't really want to give you a guaranteed wage, but we will give you an unused sub fee of a little bit more. We'll clean sheet bonus, appearance fee can go up. 5-year deal. In fact, let's put that up to 36.5. 51. Okay, so let's go. You wanted 38 to start, so let's go back to 38. 2.3, I'm fine with that. 12k, yeah, fine. 51 again. Come on, meet us halfway, as the Black Eyed Peas sang. 42. I think that could be a good deal. I feel like that could be a good deal. Wolves are interested. Transfer list Longstaff. Right. We're trying to get rid of this dead weight. As deadline day comes to squad registration deadline day, is your squad finalised? Hell no. We are flexible right up until the deadline. Alvarez loan bid rejected. Okay, that one's not going to work. So, right. Sean Longstaff is wanted by Wolves, and we've now transfer listed him for £7 million. Javi Manquillo has gone, right? Has Javi Manquillo gone, or am I being an idiot? Did I accept that offer? Did that all go through? Transfer centre, outs. Javi Manquillo is still at Newcastle. Why are you not moving yet? They're still looking at the contract from Monterrey in Mexico. Come on, Javi, just piss off. We don't want you here. We've made that blindingly obvious that we don't want you here. Chris Wood. We're going to make a huge loss on Chris Wood, but he is going to go, hopefully, for £7.5 million. Jacob Murphy, we're going to make a loss on you as well. Oh, well, I'll say a loss. We haven't bought these players in. £2 million. Off you go. Jamal Lewis. Yeah, you're really not needed anymore. We're having a quick fire sale at Newcastle to raise funds. I did go to the board as well, and they wouldn't give me any more money, by the way, just in case anyone's thinking about putting that in the comments. Miguel Almiron. Tottenham want Almiron. Tottenham want Almiron. Tottenham want Almiron. Oh my God, that would give us loads of money. Okay, it's always good when it says transfers and there's things in your inbox. So, offers made for Chris Wood. Yes, 7.5 million. You can move to Real Betis, I think that is. We'll reject that one so that Ren, because we don't want to pay any of your wages. Brighton scouting report is in. Chris Wood, yes, go and move to Real Betis. Chris Wood, go and move to Real Betis. That would be absolutely amazing. Let's see if anyone just bites at 8 million. I don't think they will, but we'll give it a go. Wood is moving. We have money. We have money. Right, Mason Holgate will get... Yeah, why not? Come on down, Mason. Come and join the club. Mason Holgate's in. Chris Wood is leaving with 5 hours to go. Yes. Come on, right. Newcastle get Holgate on loan. No offers for 4 players. Why? Sean Longstaff, you've literally got a player interested in you. Right. I'm going to take 5 million. Let's clear this deadwood. Let's clear this deadwood out. Let's just absolutely get rid of this deadwood. Almiron, offer to clubs. I mean, let's go 40 million. No, I'm not going to transfer list him because I don't want to make him too upset. Zabrani could be in as well. Right. Hang on. Finances. We have £16 million. We have £16 million. It still won't let me confirm. Oh, ask for confirmation. Now it will. Marlon isn't... Although we've just sold Chris Wood. I was going to say Marlon isn't our... I can't... Is this 11.5 million just straight out? I think it is. Which makes sense that Marlon would be the better deal. Well, we pay Marlon 83 grand, 42 grand. That would give us 40,000 left, but would use up more of our budget. Right, so this is a manic deadline day. I thought it would be simple. This is manic. This is absolutely epic. Right, Chris Wood is leaving on the 4th of the 1st. That's irritating. Why can't he just leave now? Jacob Murphy, we've got people interested in him. Jamal Lewis, people interested in him. Sean Longstaff, people interested in him. Miguel Almiron is potentially going as well. Do we just get this done and bring him in? It does then mean we don't have to rely at all on Jamal Lascelles, which I quite like. Because we'd have Mason Holgate and this new guy, Zabrani, coming in. Or do we go for Donny Marlon and have more options up front and on the wings? Brain's ticking over trying to figure this out. I mean, 50% of the profit would go to Dynamo Kiev. Yeah, let's get him in. I think centre-backs are... We're going to have a good young centre-back line there. which is good. And we don't have to play Holgate, so I'm happy with that. 5 hours to go. We signed Zabani, send on intensive language course, which is good. Get Trippier to welcome in as the captain. What's next for Chris Wood? He's moving, mate. He is off. He's decided what's important to him. I think he has to put this one to one side. I don't know what he'll do now. I'm just going to put that, even though I know we've sold him. Right. Okay. We are going places. We have 4 million left. We need 9 million to bring in Donny Marlin. Let's see if we can get it done before the end of the transfer window. Okay, Crystal Palace have come in and given us a loan bid for Jamal Lewis, which I'm happy with. Just pay us that 3.8. No, they've rejected it. Bollocks. Jacob Murphy then. Nottingham Forest, 1.9 million after 20 matches. Future fee upon promotion to the Sky Bet Championship is 2 million. I'll accept that, I think. Yes. And then this one, we're going to say you just got to give us 2 million. Yeah, they're happy with that. Right. So Jamal Lewis then. 3.5. Transfer list him. See if that drums up some interest. So Jacob Murphy is going to Nottingham Forest. If he plays 20 games, they're going to give us £2 million. No offers for 3 players. So still no bid from Spurs for Miguel Almiron. I mean, would I take 35 million for him? That seems a little bit cheap. But he's also not playing for us at all. And it isn't amazing. Offer to clubs. I mean, yeah, because if we got rid of him and brought in Donny Marlin, that just makes sense, right? So let's go instalments. 2 instalments of 6 months and see if the AI bite at that. 40 million. Sean Long. Why is no one going for Sean Longstaff? I mean, literally, people wanted him. So, get in there. Jamal Lewis. Let's offer to clubs. We'll just offer him out at unspecified at the moment. See if anyone bites at that. Right, does that, with Jacob Murphy leaving, have we got any play here? So, wage budget 2.6, currently spending 2.5. If we put that all in there. Okay, it's closer. Closer to being able to afford Marlon. We'll leave it for now. We've got 2 hours to go. Oh, someone give us some money for someone. Okay, Bonswell was the youngster that I was just talking about, but we are going to let him go out on loan because we've now brought in some other centre-backs. And we have options here for Matt Ritchie, and they're not going to pay anything of his wages. So, yeah, I thought they'd say no to that. Right, Matt Ritchie, just piss off, mate. Literally, 250k. Surely someone wants Matt Ritchie for 250k. Burnley make Ritchie offer 250k. Yep, we'll pay a little bit of his wages for you as well. Bonswell is going to go on loan to Bristol City. We've got 1 hour to go. We've got 1 hour to go. 1 hour to go and nobody's buying bloody Sean Longstaff or Jamal Lewis. Burnley, Crystal Palace, Everton all want him on loan. Okay, right. Loan offer. Pay all of his wages. Don't give us a fee. Have him till the end of the season. And then you have to buy him for 4 million. Offer to clubs. 1 hour to go. Right. Marlon transfer cancelled. Oh, no. Just as we get an offer for Longstaff on loan. Future fee upon promotion is 4.6 million. Oh, I need you to pay some of his wages, though. Really need you to pay some of his wages. 10%. Is that all you can afford? Bloody hell, that's dreadful. I might as well bloody keep him now that we're not bring. Oh, what? That is so irritating. We didn't bring in Donny Marlin, which means the transfer window is just about to shut. Oh, I wonder, can we redo this deal? What have we got? We've got 4 million in our... Right, 4 million. Fix that fee in. But in instalments, we're going to give you 10. 18.5. I think that's the fee we had agreed before. Okay, they're willing to discuss it. After 10 league goals, we'll give you... Well, after 20 league goals, we'll give you 2 million. And we'll give you 5 million after 50 games. And we'll give you that. Okay, they're happy. They're happy. Can we get a contract and a work permit done? Squad player, regular. So I think if we just try and get rid of these, give the player a pay rise. Let's get rid of that. Suggest he's happy with that. We'll see if we can get him down to 80k. He's keen for a move, so I'm hoping he's pretty open to negotiating here. So let's go down to 81. Yeah, he's negotiating. His agent's negotiating for him. 82 he's happy with. Finalise that. Richie is going to Burnley. Yes, good. Get in there. We're going to try and get this done. I'm keeping all my options open at the moment. 45 minutes. He has 45 minutes. He already had a work permit agreed before. Can we get this one across? 4.8 million. Let's just see if we can bump that in a little bit more just to make sure we've got enough. Burnley sign Richie. He's gone. Player has gone. Some deadwood finally sold from this club. Why was Matt Ritchie moved? Well, I've got to make difficult choices and he was rubbish. 15 minutes. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think this move for Marlon is going to happen. The transfer deadline passes. We didn't bring in Donny Marlon. I can't believe we didn't get that over the line. That's so irritating. It was absolutely hectic. It was brilliant. Part and parcel of the game. Absolutely love it. Joe White, Fabian Schär and Matt Ritchie left the club. We're trying to offload players. And the transfer window closed. It remains open. Yeah, I think I'm happy to talk to anyone that wants to make us an offer, to be honest. Right. Wow, that was mental. It's been a long episode as well. Nearly like an hour and a half I've been recording for. So there's been a lot going on in the background. We have a squad. Chris Wood will be leaving. Sean Longstaff, for some reason, is still here, as is Jamal Lewis. We did keep on. I don't think we lost any big name players, which is good. We've not got huge squad depth, but we are in a good position. And now we just need to make sure that we register everyone that runs races. Oh, yeah, Manquillo didn't go either, did he? Right, Mason Holgate in. Laureus Karras, we don't need to worry about you. Was it only... Yeah, you're the only one we had to register because that other centre-back is under 21, I think, isn't he? Although he's not in this list at the moment. Why are you not in this list? There he is. Oh, because he's on international duty, but he is under 21. Well, let's register him anyway, just to make sure. Just to make sure he's in. Right, so just going through here. Let's go by position. So, Karius, we're not fussed about him anymore. In fact, you can just bugger off to the under 21s. Darlow, Pope, Adrian, Jamal Lascelles, Kumbula, Zabrani, Byrne, Botman, Trippier. Oh, actually, I know Kraft is out for quite a long time. But I don't think we need to register you, do we? No, you don't. Yeah, you don't need to be registered. So we could put in Emil Kraft just for when he comes back. How long has he got? Time out 2 months. So he's going to be 9 to 11 months. He's not going to be playing. He's not going to be playing this season. It gives us a space. So, which means we could put Loris Karius back in and completely drop Carl Darlow. But Carl Darlow's a bit of a Newcastle hero, isn't he? So, Elliot Anderson doesn't need to be registered. Almiron's in. These are all in. Although Chris Wood can come out as well because he's going to be moving. I think everyone is registered and we are good to go. I think we're good to go. Let's just very quickly check that in the under 21s, there's no one that needs to be registered other than maybe Laurie Karras. Daniel Langley's out on loan. Munez is fine. Yeah, all these players are under 21. Okay, the squad is complete then. The squad is complete, and we are in a position now. And this is our squad. This is our squad. So, I think I'm happy. We bought in Sailor Makers, which I think is a good deal. Mason Holgate gives us a bit of versatility as well for right back and centre back. Adrian is a better backup goalkeeper than Carl Darlow. Is it enough to get us into Europe? I'm not sure. I think if we'd got Donny Marlon over the line and maybe sold Miguel Almiron, we could have been in a better position. It would have been a stronger overall squad. But is it enough to get us into Europe? Let me know down below. Right, we'll leave it there. We'll be back for... Let's go for Crystal Palace and Everton at the beginning of October. So we'll play 3 games offline and then come back for these 2. As much as you guys probably want to see it, I'm probably not going to do that Man City game live on camera because they're going to batter us. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Go check out the FIFA series. Check out the second channel where F1 Manager is being played as well. But I'll catch you in the next one. What a hectic deadline day. See you in a bit. Cheers.